You're tuned in into Power Moves with Amaya, the podcast where bold ideas, real stories, and unstoppable entrepreneurs take center stage. I'm your host, Amaya Eden, and we're here to drop gems, spark action, and help you make your next move your best one. Let's get into it. Welcome to Power Moves with Amaya, and we're back with another show. And here today I have Guy Martin, who is the president of Martin Harris Construction. And honestly, I've been waiting for this interview because it's so many things I want to pick your brain about and so many topics that I want to get more into. And I know I try to squeeze in a little bit when I see you have a meeting with Shondell.
Yep.
I'm like, oop, they got grits, let me go. Let me walk down and see what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
So before we get into the conversation, I'm going to give you guys a bio of Guy Martin really quickly. I wanted to break it down shorter, but I'm like, I don't want to shortchange you because you did a lot.
You don't have to worry about it. I'm old.
No, you're not. You did a lot of great things. So let me go ahead and tell them. Guy Martin has been the heart of Martin Harris Construction since 1982, embodying the values of hard work and leadership as he grew within the company. Over his 43-year career, Guy has made a lasting impact on Martin Harris, the construction industry, and the community through his leadership, mentorship, dedication, and to his excellence. His influence extended the shaping of government affairs, safety policies, adversity initiatives, and best practices that define the industry today. Guy is a dedicated leader in professional organizations, currently serving the board of Associated Builders and Contractors, which is ABC Las Vegas chapter. His extensive leadership background includes positions such as president of the Associated General Contractors Las Vegas chapter, director of the AGC National Committee, and board member of the Henderson Chamber of Commerce. He also contributed to local development as a member of the City of Henderson Development Services Center Advisory Committee. A former board member of Nevada Work Connections, Guy has consistently championed efforts to cultivate the next generation of construction professionals, believing in Martin Harris' responsibility to invest in the future of the industry. Committed to fostering diversity and inclusion, Guy spearheads Martin Harris Innovation Through Inclusion program, actively supporting small and disadvantaged businesses. His involvement extends to organizations such as the Western Minority Supplier Development Council, the Urban Chamber of Commerce Las Vegas, Latin Chamber of Commerce Nevada, National Association of Minority Contractors Nevada, and Women's Business Enterprise Council West. Guy oversees Martin Harris philanthropic initiatives, including the annual blood drive and partnership with organizations such as Henry's Place, USO Nevada, Make-A-Wish Southern Nevada, the American Cancer Society, and various other charitable causes. As a devoted family man and Christian, Guy and his wife Trish live by the principle, to whom much is given, much is required. Luke 12:48. Ooh, I love that. That made me happy when I see that. We're going to get into that later.
No problem.
Okay, together they cherish time spent with their children and grandchildren, enjoying traveling and pursuing outdoor activities. Well,
that was a lot.
I didn't want to make it short because I was like, I think they need to hear that. I was like, okay, so when I read your bio, I was like, where do I want to start?
Yep.
So let's start with just the basics of Martin Harris.
Okay.
How did that business come about?
So my dad and a carpenter apprentice. My dad was a union carpenter, and his apprentice, by a guy by the name of Frank Harris, actually approached my dad about starting their own company. My father had been passed over for a couple of promotions. In the construction industry, we have a nasty habit of where we take the very best and top performing people and we just keep promoting them to either where they fail or we run out of people to replace them. And so my dad got passed over a couple of times, and a guy by the name of Frank Harris approached my dad to start their own construction company. And So Frank Harris went and borrowed some money from his father-in-law, and my dad went and borrowed some money from Valley Bank of Nevada, and that's where they really started Martin Harris Construction. And I do remember we lived over off of Van Buren and Nellis at the time, kind of off of Owens and Nellis there by Ira J. Earl Elementary School, which was my alma mater elementary school. And I remember as a kid, I was probably 7, 8 years old, and I remember my dad and Frank Harris having a conversation. Our company was almost called Frank and Frank.
Frank and Frank.
Yeah, because it was the two Franks that were putting it together. And from there, Martin Harris was formed. They were best friends. Frank Harris went on to, his son had muscular dystrophy. He had to take care of his son and some family stuff. So my dad ultimately bought him out in the early 80s. But Frank Harris met his wife, love of his life, at our company. They left our company, started their own company, and we're great friends. Frank and Linda have both passed away in the recent years, but amazing friendships were formed through that company.
Wow. So the birth of Martin Harris was just the best friend.
Organic friendships thing that was just, let's go do it better. And I mean, back in the day, my dad worked for there were 4 people in Southern Nevada that built all of Southern Nevada, not the least of which is Erwin Molaski. And my dad and Martin Harris Construction grew up working for Erwin Molaski, and Erwin's purpose was to make Martin Harris successful. I mean, it was just an amazing partnership with them and even the Greenspun family out in American Nevada Corporation with Mark Fine and those guys, Thomas and Mack Corporation. You name the biggies, and we have 25 and 30 year histories with them. And this year happens to be our 50th year. And I took over from my dad, I think 11 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago. And in 2014, we were acquired by a 3rd generation construction holding company that actually loves and understands the value of family business. And so they allowed me to continue in my dad's footsteps and be able to achieve my life dream of running my dad's company. And then now just kind of sitting back, having the most amazing collection of professionals in our industry, just have a ball. All that stuff that you read in my bio, all I get to do is say yes and no. There's a team of people that pour into all of those charities and pour into all of those organizations and pour into all of those programs. Austin and Nicole from our office. The innovation through inclusion, that actually came out of a conversation between me and Austin Kite sitting across my desk before the convention center saying, all right, how are we going to get minority and diverse businesses, small businesses into this program and have it not kill their company? Because this is a monster job. It can eat up and hurt people. And I said, well, they're going to have to get really innovative, and we're going to have them at the table. And that was the conversation that really kicked off inclusion through innovation. And that's what really spearheaded our whole diversity program. And here we are, 7, 8 years after the convention center, and it still gets taught. It's still taught at AGC's programs. It still gets taught in our office. Some new comes and teaches it. NDOT's even had us do a couple sessions on it. So I do believe that I've always had this philosophy, and Shondell and I always joke about it. You're either at the table or on the menu. And we are only at the table. We don't do well on the menu. So we love to set that bar.
And that's so, you said a lot. That's crazy how you said that program, how you were able to come together with Austin and build something, thinking about small businesses and the businesses that get looked over. Like, what did you guys see? Like, I think it was during COVID. Because I remember we were doing it, and it was very hard.
So it was pre-COVID, where the planning started, was actually pre-COVID. And so we didn't have a lot of the social issues, with social distancing and meetings and all of that stuff. Where the hard thing is I've watched some amazing small businesses get destroyed by big projects. Kind of the the talking point that I went on a little road show going everywhere talking to any small business group that would listen to me about be really, really careful what you want. The Raiders Stadium was going on at the same time. The Sphere was getting ready to start and kick off, and then the Convention Center, and then World Resorts. You had 4 projects over $1 billion a piece happening in Southern Nevada at one time. It was the largest concentration of work we'd ever had at one time. And if you're not careful, the fastest way to hurt small businesses is to make them not a small business too fast. They're just not ready. And so a lot of times when I would meet small groups that some new would put together, or NCA would put together, or ABC would put together, the very first thing I would say is, are you prepared to lose 60% of your customers to do this one job? Because when a small business comes into a major project like that, what ends up happening is they can't service all of their customers anymore. And when you stop servicing those customers, their need is, they don't just wait for 2 years for you to get done with that job and then gleefully let you come back into the world. They found another contractor. And so when you're done with that big job and you come back after that big job into your normal course of business, which that big job is only an event. It is not a business plan. When you come back into your normal course of business, 60% of your clients are gone. And nobody understands the rebuild that takes place. And now, I'm not a proponent one way or the other. I just want clarity. So you take the lady from Live Electric. Heather,
yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Her and Taisha were both in the same conversation in the little room over next to some News Current office. When I made the statement, be really careful what you ask for, because this project can kill your company. You have to prepare for it. Heather and Taisha and her husband heard the same message. Taisha and her husband chose to stick with their growth path and their pattern that they're on, continue to grow. Heather chose to take on the challenge head on and dove into the convention center, found the right partners, set up the right alliances, and has done fabulous coming out of the backside of it. The two companies chose different paths around the same opportunity, and today are equally as successful. They both have worked their plans immensely. And my definition of success has nothing to do with revenue and profit and all that. It's just, are you still here?
Right.
I mean, that's the big thing. So the message in just understanding what big jobs do to little companies is very, very important.
And I'm glad that Martin Harris took that step to see the problem with small businesses when they're going for these jobs and to actually educate them. I just love the whole series that we had of educating these small businesses so they could, be sustainable.
Yeah, and I think, what happens a lot of times, and to no fault of any public official or electeds, but they're all, they throw around terms like, do a joint venture, have a key partnership, get a key subcontractor, get a prime subcontractor. They don't understand that statute has implications when you use those terms. And joint ventures are great if both companies can do the job by themselves. Joint ventures are fantastic because it basically lets both of you get the resume build with using half the team to do it. Where joint ventures don't work is if you got a small business who can't bond a third of it. Let's say it's $1 million job and you got a small business who can't bond $300,000 of it. And then you got a major company, a big company stacked on top of them, bonding 70% of the whole thing, depending on what the small business can do. And then it goes wrong. The big company bails and the small business goes out of business. And so there's risk to things like joint ventures and prime subcontracts. And there were a lot of things being thrown around through the Raiders Stadium, through that era of time with the convention center that candidly, if we didn't work with the Latin Chamber, the Urban Chamber, some new, didn't work with ABC's diversity program, AGC's diversity program, if we didn't work with them and get the message out there, there's a lot of bad plans that got thrown around really fast.
So Did you learn all that in your experience as leading Martin Harris, or before you were brought onto your family business?
So this is my 43rd year with the company. I've only worked for one company. I've only worked for one dude. That's why I hold my hands the way my dad holds his hands. I talk, I move my shoulders. I mean, my dad, everybody tells me, you talk just like your dad. Well, I've only listened to one dude yell at me my whole career. It's life, right? And so what I will tell you is that through the Great Recession, which you were probably 2 years old, 3 years old.
What year? 2009?
Yeah.
Oh, the Great Recession, not the Great Depression.
Yeah, not the Depression, the recession. I'll say from 2007 to 2010, I was our vice president of procurement. So my job was to feed our company. It was to find our company work. And the only group that had any money to spend was the federal government. And in about a 7-month period of time, if you can imagine this, we did probably 95% of our business in 2005 was private sector money. Probably 5% of our business with the Clark County School District. In the middle of 2006, less than 12 months later, 80% of our business was the federal government, which is not an easy client. They're a horrible client, and for a list of reasons. But so I learned all of this stuff around small business utilization, the definition of small business. I remember sitting with Ken Evans, who I loved, with the Urban Chamber, and him and I talking about, we got to do set-asides. I go, Nevada doesn't even acknowledge a minority or a small business class at the time, right? And so, sure enough, the next legislature, Ken's up there going, okay, we got to establish these classes. We got to understand what a Nevada small business is. We got to understand what an SBE is. We have to define this, because it wasn't even in statute, so you couldn't even ask for it.
Wow.
And so I learned all of that through my experience with the federal government procurement process, because the FAR, I think it's the Federal Acquisitions Registry, is the FAR, hugely useless piece of single-ply toilet paper, but it is what it is. It's the rules, right? It's what you got to do. And in there, it talks all about small business utilization, set-asides. The federal government has set-asides. Nevada doesn't.
Wow.
And we can talk about that at another time about whether it should or not. But the reality of it is I learned all of it from there, and then carrying it forward into the project pursuit for the convention center. And Austin's been unbelievable. Austin and Nicole have been with us through all of that Great Recession hunt. They've been right shoulder to shoulder with me. And so they understood how my head worked and where my brain was at about how to use small business. And, so for us, it was actually in our DNA from that time frame. It's kind of like we were doing it before it was cool. We were doing it as a standard course of business, not something you did to go chase a job.
Right.
When you have to have a 15% small business utilization or a 50% small business utilization, whatever that is, most people are setting up programs to hit that mark for that job. We have never had to do that. We still enjoy a greater than 25% small business utilization. I don't have a single job that tracks it. We track it internally. I don't have a single project of the 114, 115 active projects through Nevada and Colorado. I don't have a single project that has a small business utilization requirement. But we still, we do almost $1 billion a year in revenue, and we still have 20% small business utilization.
Small businesses are the key. They
can be. And Shondell and I have a lot of conversation around the vitality and the validity of small business. I love, and I've said this 100 times and maybe even get popped on the nose for saying it this way, I love to work with small businesses and mentor small businesses who have a business plan to not be one day. And I don't say that taking anything away from somebody that just wants to have a small business. You want to have 3 employees, you want to have a storefront, you want to do what you do. I'm not taking anything away from you. All I'm saying is that my brain doesn't work that way.
Right.
So if you are a small business today and you want to do things to not be one, I'm probably a great mentor for you. I'm somebody, I can give you some practical stuff to go do. But if your plan is to be a small business and that is it, I'm probably not your guy. And it's just because my brain doesn't stop growing. My brain doesn't stop wanting and driving for more. And as a small business, you hit a threshold of what people can do and what people can be successful at.
And being that your father started the company, what are some things that you had to bring to grow Martin Harris today?
That's a great question. My dad's just had his 5th knee surgery in 15 months. And he's a little laid up. He's sitting at home, and him and I were sitting together the other day, and one of the challenges that my dad faced was when he owned the company, like every other small business, even large business entrepreneurs, every dime was his, right? And I don't care who you are, how cool you think you are. If you think that working for somebody else and you look them in the face and you go, I treat your money like it's my own. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you've never worried about paying gas money or your power bill or your house payment with making that decision with somebody else's money.
Right.
It's a disingenuous statement. For me, what I brought was I'm hugely innovative. Shondell and I always laugh. I'm the one he calls when he wants to think differently about a topic, because I just don't think like everybody else does. For whatever goofy reason, I have wires that spark in my head and I just think different. And my dad, after 40 years of running the company and having his own personal net worth on the line, one of the greatest gifts my dad ever gave me is I got to watch him be bankrupt twice. I've seen failure. I've seen what failure does to a family. I have lived what failure does to a family. I have seen what failure does to a man and what failure does to an entrepreneur. And I've seen just a tempered level of strength come back from that failure. And so, having seen the pain, I never want to do it. Right? And so if you know what the bear trap looks like, you just don't put your foot in it.
Right.
Have we had some challenges? Yeah, every business has challenges, but I can tell you that 99% of the challenges we have are business transaction related, not decision related.
Okay.
We make really good decisions. We pick great customers. Are we perfect at it? No, nobody is. But we do well. And you
guys have a great team.
Yeah, I give all the credit to the team. You've been exposed to our go no go process that we have. We've done some stuff, and the people, what they pull off. One of my mantras is people over projects. It is really about people. Largest collection of professionals in our industry, and we build some really cool shit to show them off. That's how I kind of break it down in my head.
What are some like false perceptions that people make up as being? Are you the 3rd generation?
I'm second.
Second.
Yeah.
You're the 2nd generation. I'm the 3rd generation.
Yeah.
What are some things that people get mixed up when it comes to like, oh, you're in your family's business? What are some things that they think is happening but not really happening? Like you get special treatment, you get things like that.
So out of the 436 people we have at Martin Harris, almost 90 of them have been there for more than 10 years. So they've all seen me grow up in the company.
Oh.
They've seen me get slapped around really hard. My dad was really diligent at having me work for people that would never ever let me get away with a thing, would publicly let me know when I'm not going to get away with a thing, but they would never let me fail. Okay, and because they truly believed that my failure was them failing my dad. And so the only place that I really trip over the perception thing is, and it shows up in a couple different ways. Number one, if you're new to the company and you don't know anything about me, you haven't taken time to understand how I'm wired, what makes me happy, what makes me tick, what gets me up in the morning, all of that kind of stuff. If you haven't taken the time to figure that out, that is certainly not my issue. I do not lead a private life. It's pretty much all out there. And, you know, to that end, I have, just in the last 48 hours, I've met with 3 politicians, high school senior, had probably 5 staff one-to-ones, and been on 3 corporate meetings for the holding company that owns our company in the last 48 hours. So I'm very accessible. I'm accessible across a group of platforms. But the idea that I got something for nothing, if you've ever met my father, nobody ever thinks that. And the only people that would ever think that like, oh, you're just lucky to be in that spot, they've just not met my dad. If you have a single question about whether or not my brother runs a very, very successful wet and dry utility business. Him and I own a drywall company together that is a small business. My little brother's company is a small business. And anybody that's ever spent 20 minutes with my dad will know that we weren't given a thing. And we were given opportunity. We were given tons of opportunities, but you know, in my testimony and my journey through the company, I've worked in every department in the company except accounting. And you just don't want to give me a checkbook. It's not that I don't know how. It's just you don't want to give a redneck money. And but you know, I love to build people. And if the way I have to build people is to build buildings, I'll do that. So, but yeah, if you just spend 20 minutes with my old man, you'll understand in 2 seconds. There's no gift. Opportunity was the gift. It wasn't anything that I, did or got special because of who I was. It was quite the opposite, frankly.
Yeah, that I asked that because, excuse me, I could relate to that. I get a lot of people who's like, oh, you must make the most at the company, or you don't have to go to work and do anything. I'm like, what y'all talking about? They are very hard on me, and I'm so glad that they weren't easy on me and didn't. I work for every single thing.
Yep.
If anything, they are on my back even more.
Character. I mean, there's some things that, frankly, parents today, they shortchange their children.
Yes. And
they're hugely dependent on the school system to raise their kids. And they're hugely dependent on their church to raise their kid. And I'm a devout Christian. I understand the role that church plays in my family, but the scripture is very clear. I am the spiritual leader of my home. The church is where I take my family to validate the direction and the teachings and the values that I'm putting into my family. I'm not dropping my kids off at Sunday school because I need a break as a parent. I'm not dropping my grandkids off because I don't want to spend time with them. We have a disconnected culture of love, and we just don't take building our children that personal anymore.
Have you heard of gentle parenting?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like social media has a part.
I have some gentle parenting for the person that came up with that phrase. Send them to my house.
I agree with everything you're saying. The gentle parenting and actually taking the time to build your family and sticking to your values, I feel like a lot of people have lost that too.
So we have a society where it is super hard to afford to keep your word.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is where the philosophy or the love or the spiritual side collide with finance, right? I'm not saying that, divorce is the number one cause of bad parenting, okay? Because society, we don't live in a society where somebody can be a single parent and present.
Right.
So if you're a single parent, you're working 2 jobs. The struggle is real.
Yep.
It's not your doing intentionally. And people are always, I hear this thing of, well, I said I was sorry. Well, I don't care. You didn't change your behavior.
Exactly.
Right? If you make a profession that your family is the most important thing in the world, and then you're out at the bar, or you're getting off early on Friday and you're sending your kid to safety so you can go have a cocktail with your girlfriends. Sorry, that's not parenting.
No.
That's not parenting. Mm-hmm. Grab a box wine, have your kids at home, and have your friend come over and have a cocktail. I'm not judging any of that. I don't walk in those shoes. The one thing that I try so hard to impress on every one of my children, my grandchildren, even our associates, it is not our place to judge. Mm-hmm. I'm not judging you. That's not where it's coming from. What I'm saying is that if you want to figure out where you are out of integrity with yourself, start at the mirror first. I had a leadership coach tell me one time that it is impossible for you to have more integrity with anybody else than you have with yourself.
I love that.
You just can't. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and I'm going to give you a dumb example. How many times do you set your alarm clock 10 minutes early because you know you're going to hit the snooze button? That's you lying to yourself when you set the alarm clock about something that'll happen tomorrow. Why not just set the alarm clock for the time you want to get up and get up? Mm-hmm. Start your day in integrity. Live your day in integrity. And the more integrity you have with yourself, the more you can have for other people.
And do you think that shows up in your business? Your integrity?
Yeah. Yes, mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we have 5 core values at our company. It's funny, we have the smallest handbook of any company our size. We don't have an HR department. 430 people. And now in concert, I know that you're on camera, but she's not. In concert, when I said we have 430 people and no HR department, both of you went.
Because we got HR and we got 10 people.
Do you know why we don't have HR?
Why?
Because there are 5 core values that get you hired and fired. It's the same 5. I don't have to have. You don't get fired for dress code at Martin Harris Construction. You get fired for violating honesty and integrity. Mm-hmm. Because when you sign your offer letter, you acknowledge the core values and you acknowledge the handbook, you acknowledge the dress code, and when you violate the dress code, you've actually violated integrity, not the dress code. So you're held to a standard that every policy requires a police officer. So why not have just bigger policies and less of them? So for us, I do this deal at our associate meeting at least once a year where I'm like, all right, ladies, if you want to know what's acceptable on the dress code, if you pull it out of the closet and you actually say to yourself, I wonder if I can wear this, the answer is just no.
Right.
There's an integrity thing there. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mutual trust, respect, and cooperation. Well, if you don't wear deodorant, if you don't take care of yourself, you don't have good personal hygiene, that's a mutual trust and respect thing for your coworkers, right? So it's not that you get wrote up for hygiene, you get wrote up for violating a core value. And we have a very strict discipline process to we never fire anybody. We make you available to industry because out there, some places your dream job, this just may not be it. Mm-hmm. And we firmly believe that a book Good to Great talks about the fact that every day that you keep somebody in your company, when you know they don't fit, is a shame on you as the employer because you're stealing from them. Mm-hmm. Every day that they're a bad fit, you're stealing a day that they'll never be successful from their ability to be successful. So kick them loose. Yep. And so, we drill things down very, very basic. We have a payroll department and they're the ones that handle benefits and they're the ones that handle, but somebody comes in there with their feelings hurt, they just get sent to a business unit executive. We have a protocol on how you have to go through and resolve conflict. Mm-hmm. And if the conflict can't be resolved at one level up from where it's encountered, then somebody has to go.
Yeah. Oh, y'all made it that simple.
It's painful.
I think we were just talking about that the other day, how we just make things complicated.
Oh yeah.
For no reason.
Let's put it in perspective, right? So we have 436 people. If 2 people leave this week, that's not a lot. You have 10. If 2 people leave, that's a lot,
Right.
right? And replacing 2 people when you have a staff of 10 is traumatic.
Yes. And we lose a lot of money.
And you guys are a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, because you demand faith first, and that's an easy thing to say and a hard thing to show up with.
Yeah.
And so there's some nuances of there's some nuances of Martin Harris, there's nuances of every company. But finding the right people, getting them to hang out and getting them to stay there is the magic. And we probably spend, at an entry-level position in our organization, if you wanted to come in as a project administrator, it'd probably take you 4.5 to 5 weeks to get hired in our company.
Wow.
You'll do at least 1, possibly 2 personality profiles, and you will interview with people that would not be on your team. And the reason is because I do have empathy. I do want to make sure that it's the right fit for you, but more importantly, we want you to be successful on the team you come into. You could come in and have the most incredible resume in recorded history, but not have the character to fit on the team, and we won't hire you.
Right.
We're very, very disciplined. We use the DISC profile a lot. There's 21 or 22 different profiles in it. It's funny the number of people when you walk up and go, hey, for this position in your company, what's your profile? Well, I don't know. Then how do you use it?
Right.
If you can't tell me what your primary and secondary profile are, because in our company what happens is we use it as a sorting tool. We get resumes, they appear to be qualified on competencies. Once we determine competency, we move on to character. And with character, we have the DISC profile filled out. So let's say you want to be an estimator. You have to be either an inspirational pattern or a perfectionist pattern to be considered for an estimating position in our company. You can have all the street cred you want. You can have all the competencies you want. But those are the 2 character traits that work the best for our estimating team. So if you're not one of those 2 profiles, you don't even get interviewed. Doesn't even matter what your resume says. Your competencies get you considered, your character gets you hired at our company. And that's just a weird thing. It makes it so hard to hire. Like I said, 10 or actually I guess it'd be 25% of our associates have been with us for more than 10 years. It is really hard to hire in today's generation the work ethic of those people.
I was just talking about this with my fiance the other day. He works at a hotel and he says people just go on break and don't come back. They just say, oh, this is too much.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yep. In our industry, it's funny because everybody's like, oh, AI is going to take over construction and AI is going to take over construction.
How is AI going to take over construction?
So a lot of technology has already done that. We have drones. We have a lot of autonomous dogs that walk around and do progress photos. We have robots that will lay out where the walls go. A lot of the walls are now being built in factories by machines and brought out. But here's what I try to tell people. I was having breakfast with a friend this morning. I explained to him, I said, you have to understand that construction is one industry that we have never invented a technology to take a job. Ever. We use technology to offset when people stop showing up for work. So 15 years ago, a guy was finishing a concrete slab. He was using a single trowel, handheld troweling machine to finish the concrete. I had 15 of them running at one time because I had a crew of 40. Today I have a crew of 10. And now they ride around on machines that are larger than your car, not because we wanted to take jobs away, but because I can't get a crew of 40 anymore. So when you stop showing up, I have to figure it out, right? In the hospitality world, I bet you were 5 years away from an autonomous machine of some kind making beds. You'll prop the door open, you'll push a button, this thing will leave your cart, it'll go change the sheets on the bed while you're cleaning the restroom, and you'll come back out, it'll park itself back on there, and the dirty clothes will be in the hamper on the end of the deal. Why? Because people stop showing up.
I'm glad you mentioned the generation aspect because I can agree. Our generation, we want like instant gratification. We want, if something's not making us happy, we're gonna leave the job or we want to leave. I'm not gonna put myself in that generation because I'm differently. But we want instant results. We don't believe in the time it takes to, develop yourself.
So here's the hurdle that we're up against, right? So due to broken homes, due to failed parenting, due to all the challenges that society has put in front of being a good parent that we talked about a little bit earlier, we're getting people coming into the workforce with less character.
Mm-hmm.
But as an employer, and we have really, really passionate moments of fellowship around this topic in our company all the time about the fact that it's one thing to want experience. It's one thing to want 5 years experience, 10 years experience. When it's an old dude that's saying, I want 10 years of experience, because it took him 10 years to get that experience, it's wrong. My industry sucks at recognizing the rate at which today's generation can assume information,
mm-hmm.
find information,
yes,
and understand it to a level that outruns my generation,
mm-hmm.
right? So I want you, and my son's 24, I think, and he's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I will just tell him, hey, I need to do this, and this at the house to the razor or something, or a tractor or whatever. I need to build this, and this. That night, he'll watch 6 YouTube videos, and he'll have it 2/3 done before I get the tools out.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's acuity to be able to take in information, process it in a really healthy way, and be able to actually then go perform,
mm-hmm.
is something that my generation is not ready to consider as experience.
Wow.
So that's where we're going to have this gap. And so when I sit down and I look at younger generation coming into our company, I want all character. Because you send me the right character, I can get you the competencies. I can teach you. If I told you that in order to work for our company, you have to be proficient in Procore, you would go home tonight and you would watch absolutely every video that Procore has on its website, and then you would go to YouTube on Saturday and you'd watch everything on YouTube, and then you would go on some other social media platform and watch everything that's wrong with it, and you'd show up on Monday while I'm still trying to find the freaking icon on my computer to open it, and you take me to school.
Mm-hmm.
My generation has not adjusted its expectations to the way the current generation assimilates information.
I agree.
And that is key. Simon Sinek said it this a few years ago. He did a deal about millennials. And he made a statement. The first company to figure out how to be a parent to a millennial will be the first company to unlock the largest source of untapped loyalty in the workforce. Our company has less than a 4% attrition rate of millennials.
Wow.
You don't leave our company. We're an amazing parent.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I've said 100 times, so people don't blow up your social media and get mad at you for talking to me, this isn't a dig on parents. This isn't a dig on single parents. What this is a call to action for my peers and other business owners to be the parent.
Mm-hmm.
Step up. Because the faster you do that, the more these kids yearn to be as loyal. Here's a great example. My grandparents could ask me to do anything in the world and I would never, ever, ever fail them.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and dad, my mom could ask me to clean my room and I would take the ass whipping before I'd do it right.
Right.
You have to be to this generation of workforce the thing they'll never fail.
Mm-hmm.
The glorious part about the difference between the two is my grandparents loved me first and then I did shit for them.
Mm-hmm.
My parents wanted me to do stuff and then they loved me. It's, it's a term and condition, right?
Yeah.
You clean your room and you watch TV. My grandparents would be like, you can watch TV while you're cleaning your room. Mm-hmm. Wow. Way different, right? Business people have an opportunity to be parents. And my generation and my father's generation screw that up. Mm-hmm.
Did you see that and was like, okay, I want to change that, and I see myself, because you've been with Martin Harris for 43 years.
Yeah.
Did you see that and was like, okay, I'm gonna stay with this company. I'm gonna create that.
So I saw it as like a light bulb moment for me. Mm-hmm. And I was a senior vice president of the company. I was out of procurement when I discovered that deal from Simon Sinek, and I said, all right, this is going to be really funny, but what do kids need from their parents? It's only two things. No, free shit and a hug.
Oh.
That's it. That's it. Okay. Free stuff and a hug. You can edit that out. You can all you want. You do whatever you want. Free shit and a hug is what kids want. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the free stuff and the hug come in many different forms.
You're right. Right? You're very right about that. Now I think about it.
So, for our company, we started making some changes. Mm-hmm. So we put out bowls of fruit in all of our collab spaces that people could come by and grab a banana, grab a pear, grab a peach. We partnered with our vending company and we reduced the price. Even to today, mm-hmm. I write a check to our vending company every month because I cut all the prices in half. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to come in, you can buy a Monster at our vending machine for $3. Mm-hmm. $6 the 7-Eleven store. I mean, it's not completely free, but they recognize that there's something to it. You got to drop your kid off at school. You're not coming into 9. My only mandate is that I get 40 hours.
Yeah. Okay,
and which 40 hours it is, it's between you and your direct report. Our company has hours that our office is open. Mm-hmm. But the working hours, it's not a flex work environment. It's your work environment. I think you're an amazing person. I want you to have Martin Harris as a home, and I want you to enjoy your time away. So tell me what relieves some of that pressure off, and let's get the work hours that you need and make it happen. We're a big enough company to do that and afford people those opportunities. But the whole thing on the generational difference is when you couple the fact that kids take in information, process it, and become fluid. They become absolutely fluid in the space and understand it. I got guys that have been building stuff for 30 years that don't understand how BIM modeling works and how computer imaging works and how 3D laser scans of stuff work. They just don't have a clue. Mm-hmm. These kids watch 5 videos on it and they're subject matter experts. If you don't change the way you think about what experience is, the other thing is projects are taking longer. So, in my era, if you wanted 5 years of experience, I've probably been on 100 jobs in 5 years. Mm-hmm. In today's world, 5 years of experience, you've been on 2 jobs, maybe 3, because they take so freaking long.
Yeah.
That's just a change in the market. So if you don't change and adapt with what the market's doing, you die.
I agree.
So yeah, it's funny because I get to interview people all the time and they're like, nobody does that. Nobody thinks like that. I'm like, every company in the world says people are the most important thing. Mm-hmm. But are they really in integrity with that statement? Do they really do it?
Right.
That's the difference.
I think your company shows that because you have that amount of employees. That's a lot of employees compared to being.
We're very blessed.
And of course, we aspire to we're celebrating 20 years, yep. And I'm 9 years in, first and only job too. Mm-hmm. So, did you see yourself doing anything else? Do you feel like you missed out? Because I get a lot of questions like, why don't you go experience it? How do you know you want to do this or that? I'm like, because I know.
I may have goofed. I really may. Mm-hmm. But a lot of it has to do with fear. Mm-hmm. And my fear is different than what you might think it is. My fear is that if I left and went and done something, now my dad didn't raise a quitter. My mom raised my brother and I for the first 18 years. My mom was the disciplinarian in the house, the whole thing. But I went to work for the company the summer I was 13. And I would be deathly afraid that my dad would think that if I went to work someplace else, it was a dig at him. And so I did leave. One time we got really slow in the late 80s, early 90s. I went to work for a structural steel erection company. And I did that for about 9 months, but then I came back. And so I just consider that PTO almost. I just went and did it and came back. But I've had many people in my circle bring up over the years that I should have went and worked someplace else. But I wouldn't want to risk it. My dad never had a trajectory for me. There was never a plan. No. But and more importantly, there was never a plan. These kids are like, well, how do I get from here to here? Well, shut up and show up. I mean, just do the job. And we have a pretty simple philosophy around promotions at our company: is you do the job and then you get the rewards. Right. Work and then rewards. It's in that order. And if you do the job, the company will give you the promotion. It's never me. I haven't given a promotion out in 10 years. Been a whole bunch of people change careers and change roles within the company, but that's just because they chose to do the work first. Yeah. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I had the same thing too. Like, they're like, why you should leave. You should leave some new. You should go try something else, blah, blah, blah. And I did try to apply, not to leave, but I did apply to like different jobs because I wanted like 2 jobs. I never got the jobs. And then I left to Atlanta. I lived there for like 9 months. And I applied there. I didn't get a job at all. And then I was like, well, God is obviously telling me I don't need to go anywhere else because it was just spiritually aligned. That's where I needed to be. Here.
The term that I use spiritually more than anything else is if it's hard, it's wrong.
If it's hard, it's wrong.
Nowhere in Scripture does God say, I'm going to intentionally make life hard. All the way through Scripture, it tells you what happens when you make life hard. Right. When you separate from Him, when your walk isn't in line, when you are out of integrity, when you are violating the 10 Commandments, when you're doing this all through Scripture, it tells you how hard your life will be. Yes. But there isn't a spot in Scripture where God says, I'm intentionally going to make everything hard just to see if you can battle through. There are hardened times where promises have been made. Stay the course, do this, do this, do this, and gifts are given and growth is recognized. But when it's hard, it's wrong. Yeah. And the place that shows up for me is when clients I've worked for a really long time just aren't good people. Yeah. Or the successors. We're in this spot now in our industry where we're on to like 2nd and 3rd generation of development partners. I mean, Erwin Malasky's son has taken over their whole program. We haven't built a thing for them since Erwin passed away. They just don't build what we build. Right. They have a very different business model now that they're following, and the 2nd and 3rd generation of developers are different, and we just have to kind of move on from that. Yeah. But if it's hard, it's wrong.
If it's hard, it's wrong. I love that. And like you just felt it, like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I feel the same way.
I'm not saying that my job's not hard. I'm not saying that working for my dad isn't an arm wrestling with an alligator. But it's definitely. Look, I have an amazing family. I have a new life dream, right? My dream was to take over my dad's company, and I got to do that at 46 years old. Wow. And then you sit back and you're like, oh crap, what's next, right? So I pray about it, and what emerges from probably a year of prayer and thinking about it is, I just want to live a life I can't explain. Yep. Okay, and I share this as openly. It is my testimony. I mean, I'm not that cool. If I can explain my life, it hasn't been that cool. I want a life where when people look at me and go, how in the world did that happen? How did this go on? And I look you straight in the face and go, I don't know. Because it isn't me.
It's God.
It is. And it's everybody that God puts in the path, you know. Everybody that's in your path is a tool. And every environment you're in is an absolute ministry. Mm-hmm. If you think about it for just 2 seconds about every environment you're in, I don't care if you're at a small business outreach or if you're at your church or if you're at a staff meeting or if you're at Grits, every environment you should treat it as a ministry.
Yes.
And if you take it that serious, it's not hard. And things come out of it you'd have never imagined, right? I mean, every single time I sit down with Shondell over at Grits, every time, the last time we were in there, Trina sat with us for a long time. What an amazing testimony and story that lady has.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the sad part is I've been going in there with Shondell for 4 or 5 years, and that was the first time she ever sat and talked to us. Mm-hmm. And you know, we knew who each other were. We took some selfies together and stuff, but we never actually sat and talked about her journey and her testimony. And everything she's ever done that's been wrong was hard.
Yeah.
Everything that's right, it ain't hard. And there's just something to that ingredient. And this whole idea of, oh, I have to suffer to grow. I don't know where that's at either. I'm perfectly willing to let somebody send me a scripture where that's said. I don't think that's the way that works. What I think scripture says is, you're going to make this hard on yourself.
Yep.
And as your Father in heaven, I will be sitting here waiting for you when you're done goofing around, right? I mean, just ask.
I think it goes into like just walking in a purpose that he didn't design for you to walk in.
Yeah.
And I think I had a point, because I'm only 25 and been working with my family for 9 years. And there was times I'm like, is this where I'm supposed to be? And I was, hesitant and resistant. And then I feel like as I grew mature and I started to see the business bigger than me from my perspective, I'm like, okay, I understand what Shondell is asking me. Yeah. He's been asking me for like 5 years. Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are? I'm like, yeah, I'm not something new. I'm just here working. But then I see like his drive and have more conversations with him. I'm like, oh, this is bigger. Mm-hmm. This is bigger than him.
Oh yeah.
This is bigger than me.
So at 25 years old, do you know what you have that Shondell and I don't have?
What?
Opportunity to build a legacy way sooner than we even understood there could be one.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. At 57 years old, and I think Shondell's close to the same age as me, we only realized like 10 years ago that we have to build a legacy.
Right.
Right? You're 25. Build that shit now.
Yeah, I got 3 kids. I have 3 kids now, about to be married.
Build that legacy.
I see the legacy that's what I'm striving for my family too. And that's why I was like really excited to talk to you about that, because it's like there's not a lot of people I can relate to and talk to about, the generational aspect, because everybody's only thinking like today, tomorrow, yesterday.
Yep.
And it's like even getting closer with God and like understanding like what is my purpose here. And he's definitely revealed that. And being around people like you, Shondell, the Heathers.
Yeah, it's fun. I tell people all the time, I am such a simple-minded dude. God speaks to me in like 1 or 2 words. And so he's laid on my heart, and I've done this absolutely, no pun intended, religiously for the last probably 10 years. I say 2 prayers before I walk into any meeting. I said it right outside this door, and very simple, and it is, what am I to do and what am I to learn? Mm-hmm. And if you say that, if you just say those prayers, instantly the entire environment has nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. You've went from a providing mode to a seeking mode, and it makes you way more effective.
Wow.
So even when you are the leader of the meeting, I have an advisory board meeting for a company tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I'm leading the meeting. I wrote the agenda. Our advisory board and our company is set up to manage me. I'm presenting some stuff to them. Even before that meeting, what am I to do and what am I to learn? Because I have to say or do something that gets me out of the way. Because if I don't, then what I'm doing is I'm sitting in that room the whole time trying to figure out what's in it for me. What am I getting out of this? How is this benefiting me? How is this benefiting my assistant? How is this benefiting my group? I got to make it bigger than me. And so when I walk in with a truly seeking heart and just go, what am I to do and what am I to learn? All of a sudden I am aware. I'm dialed in, right? I really want to figure it out.
I love that. And I think that is so important to have that mindset as an entrepreneur, to think beyond yourself.
Yep.
It's bigger than you. It's about the people you're serving, your family that you're providing for, and much other things.
Yeah, we do some fun math. There's 437 people in our company. We have about 140 active projects. We can go into a software that we use for project management. And across our entire book of business, there's about 1,400 people, 1,500 people that are on Martin Harris construction jobs right now. And then I do dumb math and I take that times 2.33 for spouses, kids, significant others. And pretty fast, you can get to a spot where there's about 5,000 people's livelihoods that are on the line for the decisions you're making.
Exactly.
Now, you can wallow in that, you can ego in that all day long and think that's really cool. But at the end of the day, if you aren't seeking what to do and what to learn, you're going to get it wrong.
Right. What are other things that you do to stay grounded in that? Because we have big responsibilities. You are the second generation of the family to carry this business, and you're taking care of your family. Like, what? It's a lot of weight that could be.
You know what? It's really not that. I've done this my whole life.
Right.
I'm more scared of what I would do if I wasn't doing this than I am of how hard this isn't hard. Again, if it's hard, it's wrong. This isn't hard for me. Coming and sitting down with you for an hour and a half with no written questions, none of that. I love conversation. There's growth on both ends of it. And so it's not hard. I would tell you that I pray every day for people that believe that it has to be hard in order for it to mean something. Because I do think that there's a bandwidth of people out there, mostly in your generation, frankly,
that hustle,
that overcomplicate things just for the benefit of saying they create their own obstacles to crawl over. And this life will put plenty of crap in your road. You don't have to make your own obstacles to crawl over. But they haven't had, we touched on it earlier, they haven't had the parenting, they haven't had the mentoring, they haven't had the discipling, they haven't had the upbringing to look at them and go, knock it off.
Right.
Knock it off. You're causing this.
Yep.
And that's one of the spots where I think, there's society's got its hands full. Because there isn't a roadmap to fix that.
Right.
Everybody talks about minimum wage, everybody talks about jobs, everybody talks about, what we got to talk about is the fundamentals of the family.
Yes.
If we fix the fundamentals of the family, a loving and present father, a loving and present family, a supportive family, and one that's steeped in value. This isn't a religious conversation. This is just, there aren't 4 people in the household right now that agree on the same thing. And they have no diplomacy. They sit in different rooms so they don't have to argue or fight with each other. I mean, the decay of the family it's the onset to what our society's become.
I agree.
So, build an amazing family.
Yes.
Build an amazing family. And it's a partnership. And it's all the things that nobody tells you about that you sit back and look at and go, that ain't never gonna happen in my family. That's bullshit. It'll all happen.
Oh no,
it's probably already happened.
Never say never.
And it's just one of those things that you gotta. Character is what keeps people together.
Yes.
And it's not an easy journey every day.
And I think also our generation too, they want things to come easily. If it's too hard, they leave.
I think that if your generation were exposed to the benefits of working hard, they wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
But it's my generation telling your generation, just do it because I told you to.
Right.
I'm out.
Yep.
You know, $20 swinging a hammer or $20 flipping burgers.
Right.
Which one do I want to do? Right? And we can have a whole nother conversation about our industry as far as why it's hard to attract people in the workforce is hard. There's a lot of studies out there that, the generational difference is huge.
It's huge, and I think a lot of people don't pay attention to that. It's like, it's important to have that aspect. Like, I know for our company, we did a training on the different generations, and it was basically, we were being taught how to speak to certain generations. Because we have many different generations in our company, and we work with different generations too, so we have to learn how to speak their language, transfer the information to them to where they understand, and like take that time to understand ourselves and our employees and our customers and the people that we're serving.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to do, because like my dad's generation was, figured out.
Yeah.
Yo, you got your feelings hurt? That's just because that's on you. You did it wrong. You didn't hear it correctly. You misunderstood what I was saying. And then you go to a Gen Alpha person, and if you get one shot to explain to that person what you're trying to get them to understand, you get one time. And if you use the wrong tone, you pop an eyebrow, you wink one time too hard, you wipe your nose during the conversation, and all of a sudden TikTok and Instagram have told them that it was all a lie and it's insincere and you're going to lose your job in the morning, and they resign overnight. And you don't even understand what went on. We had a conversation about making sure the door was locked.
You know, a little thing too that I don't like, if you're texting someone and you put a period after that, they think you're upset. Have you heard that? Exactly.
And do you know why I don't have that problem? Because nobody has there is no mistaking when I'm mad. You'll never receive a text message from me when I'm mad, because I'm going to call you. Okay? Because I'm of the generation that I want to hear your response. I can't stare at a text message and see if you get it, see if you understand. I need to hear you.
Right.
I was telling one of the guys at work the other day, we had a lunch meeting set up with a client, and the guy thought he was doing right by going and meeting early with the client, and was like, I smoothed it out and he's ready to meet with you. I'm like, nope, cancel the lunch. Because the whole purpose of the lunch was I needed to physically see his body language when I told him how angry I was about a situation, to know whether or not he takes it serious.
Yes.
And I can't get that from a text message. You can't get that from 5 periods. I promise you, you don't want to ever get a text message from my old man. That dude text messages in all caps, red letters, and uses the most inappropriate emojis, not knowing what they mean. And he thinks he's on the cutting edge of communication. I'm like, Dad, why is it in all caps? Well, I got you to read it, because I thought somebody was dying.
Right.
That's the only time you put it in all caps when somebody's dying.
Right.
Or should die. I don't know. And so it was, all that stuff's different. But I love the fact that you guys are having generational conversations. You go out and do a canvassing campaign for RTC or for NDOT or whatever, and in one row of houses while you're door knocking, or in one event at a park or a community center where the public comes in, you will interact with an 18 and an 80-year-old.
Yes.
Right? And if you don't understand how to take the same message and make it heard for both of them, you miss. And if you, at the outset chance, you're talking to the 18-year-old and the 80-year-old is overhearing it, you've pissed that one off and you've lost that one. So you got to really be cognitive of it. That's an impressive exercise.
It's great. Even our the people that we work on projects with, we understand how their mind works. Like engineers, not gonna lie, y'all like robots. No offense. We had to learn how to adjust, understand who we're talking to, and know your audience. Yeah,
and I think that's so important. That's a sales thing, right? I mean, let's be real. I'm a sales guy. right? I convince you to spend hundreds of millions of dollars with a group of people you've known less than 90 days. That's what I do. You convince an entire community, not convince, you expose an entire community to information around an initiative that they would not receive if you weren't there.
Yep.
You're hired to make sure that the community at large is better educated about an initiative rather than reading about it or hearing about it or seeing it on a poster board at the community center. And you serve across all the generations.
And with that, we've gotten creative on how we're going to get the information from them. Like have you heard of Kahoot? It's a game where we ask them questions. They be on their phone, you make it fun. They think they're playing a game where we're getting the information we need. Just like different things. And we even take that consideration, like, if we need surveys, we know this is an older person, we'll have to probably do the survey for them, speak to them, It's just adjusting.
We've got a couple of apps that we use sometimes when we do large company meetings where like, all right, everybody take a picture of this QR code.
Yep.
And we're going to ask you some questions in there, and while we're going through this, fill it out, and then we'll ask a couple of questions. And really, they're taking a survey, and they don't know they're taking a survey, right? I mean,
yep.
And just between me, you, and the fence post, I hate surveys with everything I know to be true. And the reason that I say it that strongly is because I do not ever see my position affect a thing. So the couple of politicians I met with, one yesterday and one today, and I look at them and I go, I don't want to give you my opinion because my opinion won't get you elected. It certainly won't get you reelected. and more importantly, I don't see where you're ever going to learn from it. I don't see a substance to it. You want a check from me and an 8x10 glossy in front of my logo in my lobby. That's what you want. And there's only been a handful of, I'll say, elected officials that have actually sat in my office and went, no, guy, I actually heard you. Help me understand how to resolve this.
Right.
And I'll be more than happy to help. But you got to admit that something's broken before you walk in. So
that's the honest part. I think a lot of people have a hard time doing is being honest. First things first.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know we could sit here for all day. And I had a great time speaking with you. This was very fun.
Absolutely.
And I've learned a lot from you. And I can't wait to listen to this interview again for myself.
Yeah.
And take notes of what you were saying. And
so I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Ooh, what?
Okay, so you said you were 25?
Yes.
How long have you been engaged?
7, 8 months.
8 months? When's the date?
In a few weeks.
What's the date?
I don't have an exact date.
Okay. But in a few weeks?
Yes.
Okay. Does he know it's going to be in a few weeks? Or
yes. We
there
coordinated with our pastor and yeah.
Okay. So is it like going to be a surprise kind of an event thing?
So we wanted to get married and then have the big celebration after.
Okay.
We want to buy a house first and things.
Okay. Good for you. If you could realign one initiative that is currently running in some new, what would it be?
Realigned? I think I'm kind of doing it now by adding AI to our services. So the Sumner Solution Zone, which is...
Shameless plugs are included.
That was a great question. So I
no, she did not write that down and tell me to say it.
No, seriously. But yes. So the Sumner Solution Zone is our online course that we've had for small business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs to learn the 12 steps of marketing. And they have Shondell as their mentor. And then they have the opportunity to connect with other people like-minded like them going through the course, and they're able to talk about discussions about the real journeys.
So like a peer-to-peer kind of development thing.
Yeah. And so I am implementing AI by, I don't know if you've seen our character, the chess piece character. I'm having that talk.
I think I have that on a ball cap someplace. Yeah. And yeah.
I'm bringing that character to life with AI by having it interact with the viewers and the people that's in the course. So I'm bringing that innovative, new, fresh thing to still educate small business owners and those that are looking to be a business owner.
See, and that's if you ever want to look at like the demographics and generations, the generation gap in small business owners is gargantuan. Mm-hmm. It's huge, right? You got the 20-somethings that think they're ready to take over the world, and they're a small business, their heels are on fire, they're ready to run. Then you got the old dude who's not ready to accept the inevitable, that he may not be as effective as influential as he used to be and may need to consider doing something else, but he's trying to hold on by his cold dead fingers. And I get it. It's a challenge. What is your professional largest regret?
My professional largest regret? My largest regret. I don't think I have a regret. You know what? I think I let some opportunities pass me because of my own fears.
Okay.
Like, I had social anxiety very bad, like when I was middle school. And then when I came to something new, I had to throw that all out the window because he forced me in front of people, television, radio. I'm like, what? I can't do this. And I know I've had some opportunities where I let fear stop me from presenting to a client or presenting my ability to show my knowledge because I was too afraid.
Well, I want to acknowledge your courage for sharing that and just say thank you for letting me ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love this interview. I know I kept you here longer than I intended to, but I want to ask you one last question.
Okay.
Even though you've been dropping power moves all the entire interview, what is one last power move that you want to leave with the listeners to take with them? To encourage them, to empower them?
Only do business with people that you would have to your house for dinner. If you like the people you're working for, you'll always make money and you'll always have fun. Our business plan, our entire business model is have fun, make money. The order is important. Mm-hmm. Don't do business for people that you wouldn't let come to your house.
That is a great one. I never heard that.
I just dreamt it up.
I love that.
So I have a whole Guyism calendar.
I got one.
You got one. So yes. We're on our third year of calendars. That might make it onto the next calendar because I just dreamt that one up.
I love that. That was very innovative.
If you think about your favorite clients, you'd have them to your house for dinner.
Yep.
Or come over to the house, hang out, whatever. Right? Weddings. See? There you go. I'm waiting.
Yes.
Just saying. But no, that is the level at which you should have a relationship with people. You should like who you work for. Life is too short to work for bad people.
Yes.
It's way too short to work for bad people. So we should be better at it.
I agree. And we live by that too. We don't say yes to every contract that comes our way.
Right.
Or potential partnership either.
For sure.
Yes.
All right.
With that being said, yes. Thank you again, Guy
Absolutely.
Martin, for being here on Power Moves with Amaya. And yes, we're done.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
That's a wrap on this episode of Power Moves with Amaya. I hope you're leaving inspired and ready to make your next move your best move. Don't forget to follow us at Some New Solution Zone on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more gems, updates, and behind the scenes. And if you like what you heard, go ahead and subscribe, share, and leave a review. We love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay bold, stay focused, and always stay in the zone.